Good morning. Good morning. It's Saturday. It's March the 20th of 2021. Tomorrow is Sunday. Don't forget. Uh, 9 o'clock service in Verdon. 9 or 10:30 service in Girard. Also, the online service will be at 10:30 as well. Hope to see you one place or the other. Again, Verdon at 9 o'clock. Girard at 10:30. These are in-person services, and then an online service at 10:30. I hope you're safe, you're well, you're blessed this morning. And I want to read to you today from, this is from Genesis chapter 19. Maybe familiar to you. I'm going to begin with verse 1. The two angels arrived at Sodom in the evening, and Lot was sitting at the gateway of the city. When he saw them, he got up to meet them and bowed down with his face to the ground. "My lords," he said, "please turn aside to your servant's house. You can wash your feet and spend the night and then go on your way early in the morning." "No," they answered, "we'll spend the night in the square." But he insisted so strongly that they did go with him and entered his house. He prepared a meal for them, baking bread without yeast, and they ate. Before they had gone to bed, all the men from every part of the city of Sodom, both young and old, surrounded the house. And they called to Lot, "Where are the men who came to you tonight? Bring them to us so that we can have sex with them." Lot went outside to meet them and shut the door behind him and said, "No, my friends, don't do this wicked thing. Look, I have 2 daughters who have never slept with a man. Let me bring them out to you, and you can do what you like with them. But don't do anything to these men, for they have come under the protection of my roof." "Get out of our way," they replied, and they said, "This fellow came here as an alien, and now he wants to play the judge. We'll treat you worse than them." And they kept bringing pressure on Lot and moved forward to break down the door. But the men inside reached out and pulled Lot back into the house and shut the door. Then they struck the men who were at the door of the house, young and old, with blindness, so that they could not find the door. The 2 men said to Lot, "Do you have anyone else here? Sons-in-law, sons or daughters, or anyone else in the city who belongs to you? Get them out of here, because we are going to destroy this place. The outcry to the Lord against his people is so great that he has sent us to destroy it." And so Lot went out and spoke to his sons-in-law who were pledged to marry his daughters. He said, "Hurry and get out of this place, because the Lord is about to destroy the city." But his sons-in-law thought he was joking. With the coming of dawn, the angels urged Lot, saying, "Hurry, take your wife and your 2 daughters who are here, or you will be swept away when the city is punished." This is the word of God for the people of God. Thanks be to God. Lot's uncle Abraham had given him first choice of land whenever their herds got too big that they couldn't travel together anymore. And so Lot, he saw the prosperous plains of the Jordan River Valley, and he just jumped at the chance to move to Sodom. There, he would have it all. Riches, luxury. Of course, had to look the other way when the men of Sodom practiced their perversions. But close association with sinners didn't seem too great a price to pay. Then God decided to destroy Sodom. And Lot discovered that there was a price to pay after all. By settling down in Sodom, Lot had lost his prestige. He had lost his moral sensibility. He had lost his power to influence others. Lot had lived so long and so contented among ungodly people that he was no longer a believable witness to God or for God. He had allowed his environment to shape him instead of he shaping his environment. And in the end, Lot lost his wealth, for which he had so lightly traded away. Whatever we value, we can't afford to settle down in Sodom. The world we live in today, my friends, is getting out of hand. But we need to stay strong, and we need to continue to be a witness for God. We cannot conform to the ways of this world. We need to get the world, we need to influence the world to change their ways and come to Christ. That's who we are. We are witnesses for Jesus. Everything is going to be at some time swept away. Let me ask you something. And let me ask you a hard question this morning. Have you become a useless witness for God? The longer we live in a society, the more things we begin to accept, the more sins we begin to accept. It's just the way of the world. We can't let that happen. My friends, to make a difference, you must decide first to be different in your faith. That is, different from the world in your faith and in your conduct. Not an easy thing to do, but it is what we must do. We are Christians. Did you know that means little Christs? That's who we are. Stay strong. Stay focused in your faith. And go do something for Jesus. See you tomorrow at church.